Good morning. 17th of December, Thursday the 17th of December, day 17 of your Advent calendar of tips for dealing with severe morning sickness and Hyperemesis Gravidarum during the busy festive season. For those of you who haven't met me yet, I'm Michelle. I'm proud mum of two gorgeous boys, Isaac and Xavier, and I'm also owner of Pure Life Therapy. And through my work, I'm dedicated to helping pregnant women successfully cope with severe morning sickness and Hyperemesis Gravidarum using a variety of relaxation techniques. So I've created this Advent calendar of tips. It's like a daily coping strategy to help you get through this busy yet really hectic, this beautiful yet really busy and hectic Christmas season. It's an exhausting time normally, but especially when you're suffering like you are. And so it's my aim to help you enjoy the festive season as much as possible this year, providing you with a daily coping strategy. So I've been here every day since the 1st of December, and I do hope that you've been watching and finding these videos useful. I have experienced severe morning sickness. I wasn't hospitalised, but I was very, very ill during both of my pregnancies. So I have spent 2 Christmases of my life being very, very poorly. So today, day 17, the daily coping strategy is to start to go to bed early in preparation for a busy Christmas day. Tiredness and severe morning sickness. I don't know why I keep saying morning sickness. I'm not trying to promote help from morning sickness as such. It's severe morning sickness and hyperemesis, although people who are suffering with morning sickness are more than welcome to use some of these techniques as well, and I'm sure they will be beneficial. So tiredness, severe morning sickness and Hyperemesis Gravidarum do not mix. I experienced this firsthand during my first pregnancy in 2011, 2012, when the more I tried to do, the worse I suffered later that day or the next day, or maybe even for a few days later, a few days after. The result was that I was ill non-stop. I was suffering non-stop for 8 months. I feel like I was a bit silly for not acknowledging how I was feeling physically and emotionally. And I managed to get myself into this constant cycle of like violent nausea and vomiting, followed by some respite when I pushed myself, and then I relapsed. I had a relapse of my symptoms and my suffering. And it is funny because it wasn't funny at the time, but it's funny now because I can't remember much at all about my first pregnancy. I mean, the whole experience is actually a blur, but what I do remember is how violently ill I was for a long time, and I never thought it was going to stop. So when I fell pregnant the second time round, I wasn't going to let this happen again. I fell pregnant again in 2015, and I vowed to myself that I would rest more often and I would listen to my body. So I created quite a rigid bedtime routine to help. And my bedtime routine involved my husband giving me a little tummy massage with some cocoa butter or some stretch mark oil. That just helped him feel involved as well. It gave him a little bit of perspective on my pregnancy, because otherwise it was all quite surreal for him. And then I went to bed by 9 o'clock, or possibly earlier than that if I'd had a particularly busy or ill day. And I would listen to a hypnobirthing audio or some pregnancy meditations in bed, which I invariably fell asleep to. And I regularly had afternoon naps, and yes, I had our older child who was 4 with us. Well, no, he was 3 at the time. But he soon got used to the fact that I needed to sleep, and he got used to having to entertain himself for an hour or two. And sometimes he watched a film, sometimes he played with his cars, and sometimes he enjoyed a nap with me, which was really lovely. So that's the habit I aimed for anyway, so an early night. It wasn't always possible. I will say that, like, it's a good thing in practice, and I know in reality it's not always possible. Some evenings I had my head down the toilet until 11 o'clock, when I then decided that I should probably try to eat something. And I remember sitting on a chair in the kitchen next to the toaster, chomping on honey on toast, because that's all I could eat. That's all I'd eaten all evening. Maybe even since lunch, I'm not sure. But anyway, on the whole, the early nights and afternoon naps did really, really help me. They helped me so much. And okay, so my nights were often broken and uncomfortable due to numb hips, or needing to get up to go for a pee, or the baby moving around. I was exhausted. As well. I've forgotten what I was going to say now. I've gone off on a tangent. So I was saying about my nights being broken. So, because I had uncomfortable numb hips, or needed a wee, or the baby was moving around. That's right. I was going to say that I had the weirdest dreams when I was pregnant, during my second pregnancy. I can't remember exactly what they were about now, but I do remember having really strange dreams. So I'd be really interested to know if you're also having strange pregnancy, weird and wonderful pregnancy dreams. Yes, so I think because I was trying to get into this sleep habit, this good sleep cycle, I wasn't overly tired. Yes, I was exhausted, but I wasn't sort of like completely running on adrenaline, and I was able to fall back off to sleep a little more easily than I would have probably done otherwise if I'd been super, super tired. So yes, I was desperately trying to get myself into a sleep routine, because I found that it helped my mind cope better with what my body was actually going through. And that is, I was able to cope in a more positive frame of mind, which is great. And this then got me mentally ready for our busy Christmas, and having a house full on Boxing Day, and for having visitors staying with us over the Christmas period. And luckily, while I was sleeping, I didn't feel sick. I wasn't sick. I didn't have that feeling of nausea, and I was lucky in the sense that my body, I didn't have to rush out of bed to be sick in the middle of the night when I was in a deep sleep. I don't know what, how, I don't know whether other people have to rush out of bed, like are woken up and needing to be ill. So if you're happy to, share with me whether or not whether you wake up and have this desperate need to be sick, or when you're asleep, that is your period of respite. If you don't mind sharing, you can message me if you'd rather. So just a little bit of science. Research shows that sleep improves your immune system and your brain function, and it regulates a variety of hormones too, making it especially important during pregnancy, because we all know how hormonal we can be during pregnancy. There's hormones flying all over the place when you're pregnant. Now, it's important for me to say here that I understand that many of you may already be spending an awful lot of time in bed, and not by choice, and that getting up in the first place is a real challenge. However, if you have days where you're feeling well enough to get out of bed, then try to get into a normal kind of routine to help with your sleep cycle. For example, maybe get a little bit of exercise, like a gentle walk or some gentle yoga if you can manage it, some pregnancy yoga. Maybe even, get a bit of fresh air. And if you can't cope with going out for a walk, then even if you just open your bedroom window and just breathe in some fresh air, I think that will give you a little bit of a boost. And try and eat and drink what you can during the day, and then go to bed early that evening. So there's a few little insights into how my pregnancy and my sickness was linked to my sleeping patterns. Because it's Christmas, I've got this Christmas jumper on. I don't know if you can't really see it. I've got my Elfie jumper on. There we go. It's a shame because it looks like I'm just wearing black, and I've got my red lippy on to match my elf stockings. I don't usually wear lipstick. For those of you who know me, I'm not really a lippy girl. I'm more of an eye girl. So that's your daily coping strategy. So try to start going to bed early in preparation for a busy Christmas day. And today I'd like to talk you through a full body relax mindfulness exercise. So you can either join in with me now, or you can do this after. You can go back after this video and listen to it again, or just listen to it when you're ready to go to bed tonight and every night, or whenever you just feel like you need a little relax. So wherever you are, I'm going to assume that you're lying in bed. So just take a long, deep breath in through your nose. And then slowly exhale through your mouth. And take another long, deep breath in through the nose. And slowly exhale through your mouth. Now, breathing naturally, you're going to go through your body, checking for tension and relaxing. Take your attention to your feet and ankles. Tense your feet and ankles. And relax. Take your attention to your calves. Tense your calves. And relax. Take your attention to your knees. Tense your knees. And relax. Take your attention to your thighs. Tense your thighs. And relax. And take your attention to your buttocks and hips. Tense your buttocks and hips. And relax. Take your attention to your lower back. Tense your lower back. And relax. Take your attention to your mid-back. Try tensing your mid-back. And relax. Take your attention to your upper back and shoulders. Tense your upper back and shoulders. And relax. Take your attention to your arms. Tense your arms. And relax. Take your attention to your neck. Tense your neck. And relax. Now feel a warm light glowing right through your body, shining through the top of your head, into your neck, down your arms to your hands, and shining out through your fingertips. And go back to your neck and feel the light shining down your spine, down through each leg to your toes, and watch the light shining out through your toes. Enjoy this feeling of warmth, this glow, as you drift peacefully off to a deep, restorative sleep. And that's it for me today. So I hope you find that meditation useful. And if you found this Advent calendar useful, then please venture over to my brand new Facebook group, the Severe Morning Sickness and HG Collective. This group is to support pregnant women who are suffering with severe morning sickness and Hyperemesis Gravidarum, and to help them successfully cope and feel empowered, loved and not alone. You aren't alone. I have to make that very clear. There are lots of other women suffering with you, so please don't suffer in silence. Let's support each other. And I'll be back tomorrow at 10 o'clock with your 18th daily coping strategy. With love and light. Love and light. Bye.